Stephen Jalulah, Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways, a Member of Parliament for Ayapru West as well. Menino Indian Common. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning. Minia.
I'm Bomb saying.
I'm here doing my one to me here.
Mintai, any interviews may start with commendations, but I must say, when you entered the studio, how you related to my colleagues in the studio is very refreshing. I like how
Thank you so much.
You were modest about conversations you had with my colleagues in the studio. It's rare.
Most grateful for
it's
that.
rare.
Yes.
It's rare. You find people enter the studio and they want to show you their minister, and so why you quintain and wababisi on. But I think that I thought you should know this.
That's it. That's it.
Now, I want to say, as a minister,
Jumamo, yeah. Na onim said the Ghana etie any the kind of development I hear there ba there ama ye krom ni nyina. But me started by saying say me twi no enhyeda.
Good. Then if I make it, so you can it's okay for you
very
to
well
use the English
so
language.
adwuma mo ye pressure nkwa because baby a ye hye no adwuma ye no touch all corners of the country obi anim say kwan adwuma na ye wo ministry ho na say Ghana be yi a dodo na gina ye kwan so eno na be biebie communities any nkro ye betimi anante so akwa adwuma betimi anante so de your products and services are your one e de akọ babia ehia amanfo enti obisa me a bibia da ne kwan so ye go so do pressure wo ho de ye go so a ye boy adwuma Ministry of Roads and Highways.
We were told, sir, Afi, a year of roads. His Excellency the President has insisted, sir, it's a year of roads. Is it really a year of roads?
Indeed, it's a year of roads. We share the commitment of His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo. Obehun say wabase obeboa Ghana. Year of roads started 2020 and it was 2021 and a year 2022. Go so ye ka years of roads ye ka the quantum of work ye de agu for my ye me culture say is unprecedented what we are doing on the grounds now. So besame a year of roads is ongoing and a year kwan bebre e wo mo say challenges aba said the obi enim no due to the economic situation of the world me nka say Ghana because we are saying na said the COVID ba ya echo bebia no hardships naba economic hardship naba the duo na gina COVID-19 no so and afa so Russian invasion of Ukraine so at the abe peace so and your challenges were ministries bia but thankfully no Ministry of Roads and Highways you know ye go so and them say your funding no there was different sources of funding na ye di ye akwan obisame a be a government of Ghana na said the munim dada no after ye pass budget for 2022 no ye sanya correspondence say ye be attend there so by some percentage ya tie there so but ye go so ye yi akwan as a third in the third year of roads.
So I know the bit about government's reduction in terms of its expenditure or percent one year, some 30% at some point we were told. Just 2 days ago, yesterday as well, I read online say, Minister, because e-levies performance has affected the ability to construct road projects in the country. And we have been told at the time, and a passing e-levy is a chunk of it was going to go into road construction. So I'm a bit baffled as to your position. Say we are still in the year of roads when revenue targets and one of the driving factors for revenue generation, the e-levy, is virtually failing.
Yeah, no correct. Nano me Honorable Kesa Makwata appear before the Assurance Committee of Parliament. ɛna ne kasa yɛ mu no ka sɛ revenues no affected the construction of roads. One shada and kasa e-levy, but obi anim say e-levy was another stream of revenue. A ben ayese anka ebenya na duduo na said your car na yede beko akwan yie mo na Ghana akwan na yie. But ankobasa me no kasa ikra mate say e-levy no e de beye 7 to 10% number. Adia na ye hwe say at least by the close of the year no ye benya 5 to 6 billion. Naturally say less than 100 kra na benya 1 billion na benya naturally say enye emwa. But the effect on the roads no enye immediately. Because yam fan say ye the contracts be bre amama contractors or mugu so mo ye akwan. The beye ne say plans are ye wo to construct more routes no no na ebe affect ye kakra ebe slow ye down kakra, but then say we are not on the grounds or we have stopped road constructions in Ghana.
Let's speak to facts. As we speak now, in terms of the impact of the inability to meet revenue targets, how affected are you percentage-wise?
30%. Yeah, we were asked to reduce our expenditure by 30%. So Ministry of Roads and Highways, yeah, so yeah, readjust your budgets for 2022. Yeah, so by 30%. Obisami sanity.
So beyond the 30% now, the 30% was premised on certain estimations not e-levy no account and other sources the government felt that it was going to get its money from. Aside that, you are not, affected in terms of revenue generation because the money is going to come from the finance ministry. And if the finance ministry has been badly hit, we all know the ratings that have come for our nation, from B- to CC, from virtually all the rating agencies in the country. And places that we would have thought would be getting money from, it's problematic.
Indeed, that's so. Said your Midi Kenkai, Minister of Roads and Highways, there were different sources of funding. Ebi a GOG, Sikana ye GG wo Ghana no, binso a road funder, sabi ye tuyan kakra of fuel stations, and afe so international transit fees, DVLA 4GB the Beka road fund ho. And there were donor partners almost Eddie B. Brain, and there were foreign countries be omoboa yen ya kwan mayen. They say grants, a friend of free money. If I say grant or my be bet me akase Ghana for me pese me kwan we emfama Ghana. No nyina ka ho. So adia yam fancy reduction in taxes no and our revenue na affect pa ya GOG. Because said the name no ben sikasem ayedeni kakra because revenues now conform due to the low whatever revenues are e-levy edi brain. So GOG die no na affect ye more. Na ye gu so ayeji loans nso eno nso se wuji loan so de be ye kwan a ontimi nka se me shift loan no de akwaya bibi foforo. So major works na ye no major critical roads no loans are ye so bisame a GOG programs and a 30% reduction and the failure of the e-levy no be affect more.
Opani, budgetary allocations were made for the Ministry of Transport. So far, how much of this allocation has been advanced to you for your works?
All right. So, I mean, your corrections we can cry. And your Ministry of Transport, Ministry of Roads and Highways.
Yes, sorry.
Yes, so sure. Met me can say, your planning say anke be spend 5.9 billion on the road infrastructure.
Yeah.
But no, and the reductions until yet so about 30%. Now, obisamia many facts no say so far we number, but in all no at the end of the day no dear a bank cars beba no nyina beba because consistently over the years, the time and another bar office more 2017 up to now, no, consistently, yeah, expenditure in the road sector, no, it keeps increasing year by year. This year, majorly say, though cost road here, but it will be whatever finance for what say ye spending, ye go so ye spend quarterly bia omo ma ye releases ye di ma ye contractors no mo go so mo ye adwuma de mai.
Enra me new conversation at to me status no. I have a couple of contractor friends. Baby na frame me. Some omuntua ye ka o. They are not paying us and yet they are expecting for us to work. Contractors and their payments. We have heard stories of contractors who have moved out of sight as a result of the ministry's inability to fulfill its commitment to these contractors. And yes, still you say you are still within the year of roads?
Indeed, me no my main cars and me say abembia dika. Abembia medica. Na the tie no say from ebe gi o man no na akufado be gi o man no 2020 ebe di o man no so 2017 ebe two weka na kire say at every point in time no abembia be dika enu kre yesika sem madika aka ho asem say yen hyeda ani sika bebre sa but ekwan ne de ye nyina pe kwan pa ebe nante so ebia sa contractor na offer wo no ebia na ono yenye ntua no. But I want you to know say ye wo over 4,000 contractors or mugu so mo ye adwuma maye ebia de all frɛ wo no ana omo frɛ wo no
There were three of them who called me actually.
So naturally say out of the 4,000 no 3 no yenye ntua omo but ya tua bi mo omo gu so mo ye adwuma. Indeed ye di contractors for ka na yenim so omo bo adwuma e de ama yen na omo nso enam sika 70 omo ntimi nko back to site no ye hwe kwanya e befa so a sika kakra e benya no ye betimi a spread no ama obi anya ne de na afei omo akọ back to site a omo ekọ akotoa adwuma pa na omo ye no.
We will come to other issues, but I want us to stay a bit longer on the year of roads so that, you know, the reason why I'm asking these questions is whether we are being realistic with ourselves, seeing the hardships we are in and the performance of our economy, and still the position of the government that we are in a year of roads. You've heard the protests Akoso, especially in the Ashanti region, which is supposed to be the stronghold of your political party, the NPP. The majority leader in parliament and minister for parliamentary affairs suffered. There have been MPs who have gone to their constituents who have been chased out. All has to do with roads in their communities. We have had the Kwabre one, the Swami one, and others across the country. Are you being realistic with yourselves as a ministry with this whole year of road talk?
Well, my main say demonstrations are allowed and I say constitutionally guaranteed say feel say bia bibi koso na say endi mboawa obetimi aye oyichire anayika oyichire na ma authorities no ana wiase nyina ho ohawa owo mu is their constitutional rights on be oyichire but said ye me wura anaye wura honorable amakwata oye me boss say kada bia no oyichire enyi kwan oyechire enyi kwan na eye program a ye wo no na ye di so na ye yi kwan. Now it's true unim say enam ICT a ye wo wiase sisi ano obi a wo smartphone obi a hwe TV na ye ho no mapa ekoso wo bronu bia so wo wiase and especially in the country. So yem fa na say me fa me smartphone that's I mean who say bia yendi kwan to yendi to bimbla kwan ya na asphalt na ma bi say me who say adenti na prime to Kintampo road de enye enti no na che say aban no a neglect me but we should all know say national cake no enhya na nso sa enso say de be ya ye betimi a fast track the construction of roads amanaso babia and this a fast internet a was here as you download there they click so na afi bibia movie number no e kwan yi no entisa it takes time and you see a quencha de efe sika na de and we don't have the money but the entire your friend year of roads ne say investments na ye di komu no abambia nyenye sa investment no okay and we are trying our best to say the critical roads no ai hia pa say ye amagana for no ye guso ayeye
Critical roads no in the ministry's estimation yeah roads being.
critical roads yeah roads be a ehun hia nipadoduo no.
Many examples of these critical roads.
One of the examples here, main trunk road between Accra Kumasi. Obi enim say sabi traffic dodo na ejina those road that road so. Uyi ho free ho, uyi eno free ho. Uko Aflawo side of the city a. Ekwan link Accra to Aflawo no. That's very critical. Because eno kra ye international road. Uyi eno free ho from Accra towards Akusombo. And also very critical. Omo muti bro na me my body no omo bre papa nopa na enwumre traffic na ewo so eno nti no ye de ani akọhọ a ye yi omo ha no efrisu kakra beyond that no ye wo 84 critical roads across the country mean me bubo na nyina edi but across the country ye wo 84 critical roads aben eyi say e wo say yen de ani we should look at them before any other roads. So that is what we call critical roads.
Now I'm looking at the 2022 budget, and you know you talk about major pipeline projects that are expected to take off in 2022, and you make mention of Accra Kumasi dualization in sections. It's provided Kumasi South and Western Bypass, Kumasi Outer Ring Road, Manfe Koforidua, Oyibi Dodowa Somenya Akuse Junction Road, Accra Outer Ring Road. These roads, for instance, a year Oyibi Dodowa Somenya Akuse Junction Road, any Manfi Koforidua Road, no. What's the status of these roads? Since the year is almost about ending, final quarter of the year, any year, no.
Yeah, I mean begin with the Kumasi dualization. Yeah, no contractors assign contracts on by bypasses. Because young says who Kumasi a baby or how walk a see eye nkro did that so to say konongo osino ne de ekeka nkro na did that no they see a traffic to me chi wo pa eno ntino ye ne contractors be assign contractor omo be ye bypasses about 4 of them on the main stretch and often called to nsawam to ya shase
often called to nsawam you started
yes
bypasses
yes
okay.
No, any bypass with the main
construction.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I said your name so ya say a dualization. Okay. Say. And from say Sawam towards Apeja. Na a quino na omanpenyin and a debaye omanpenyin na J Kufuor and a chassis but sabi power to me SSI you know as a more my day the emphasis NDC government no omo anto aso biem ye ba ye no ya to aso ama kwan no kra ya bie atum but ye guso ye nya wie ye ba ye guso a ye ho adwuma na o bisa me a apadwa to Kofreduwa kwan no nso parliament ama approval sisi a contract no yamfa say activity contractors wo kwan so omo eye adwuma construction work no so yamfa say wo sha ase a nipa hu because they have to do the designs then Ministry of Roads and Highways and agencies no approve so apagya to Kofredo akwan no so omo start a omo eye ho adwuma enti no me ubo dodowa kwan dodowa kwan no me nim say dodowa kwan ye phase 2 of the Sino Hydro master project facility enu enye nhyaase na metia no me intimi nkyerɛ sɛ bi akina na sɛ na adechi na be nhyaase, but we also have plans to do, because last 2 months or so Vice President Dr. Bawumia call Kumasi Eko BA 100 kilometers na ye no obo ho oka ho asem say China for enhwe na enu nso and started, because you know nim say Sano Hydro no ye every China na eba. So tell the make you know of ankonsa wam no kwa no contractor was so oye adwuma den, because our kwan no ye hono say ye kwan bi a say ye free wa e be save a lot of lives even before properties. Me a meti ha no da bia me ya me ka ho asem menya head on collision on that particular stretch of road in 2018. Nyame nkwa anka menti ha biom. So eno nti na o man penye na akufo ado aye na adwen say all the trunk roads in Ghana without exception, I was say yenye dualization. So Accra to Cape Coast to Takoradi, friends and construction company bi ade hu nkomo omo feasibility awie designs no omo aye e de abekire ye e ka se ye no omo be sign contract na omo akoso no omo akwaye sa dualization na e de amaye.
Now, Yanko still on the projects and programs that you outlined in the 2022 budget. One of the key ones was under the public-private partnership arrangement. The finance minister made us aware of. Fundamentally, key one, Accra Tema motorway project. We were told it was supposed to start in September. What's the state of the Accra Tema motorway?
All right. Said the Ghana for name dada no. Ghana sisi aye wo law bia ye friend PPP law. Eno no kire se ankran timi e de omo sika eye adwuma e de ama oman no na afei oman no ama omo agigi sika na omo dia ti omo kaso. We na Ministry of Roads and Highways ye ne company be alcohol into agreement say omumra na ombeye Accra Tema motorway. Because said the name no kwen no ye penyin Dr. Kwame Nkrumah na yes akwen no oye yenso look at the time oye yes akwen no kwen no acha abruso over 30 years ene was a tra na lifespan da bia potholes develop na ye concrete or the any other material ko ye patch na enche na asase. So ye bra o man panyin na akofo ado ama ye kwan se ye ne ankrankra enkasa na omo mfa omo sika mra na omo ne be ye kwan no na ye wie a said ye wura kenofori ataka ye no ye betua tools so na afei contractor no sika na odi hyemu no na wanye ne sika back. So obisami asanetie na we programmed it to start in September this year, which is first.
Yeah, first.
Not just this month mona eshase. Eshase so a ma menka bibi sisia a 2 double lane, dual carriage double lane, not just 4 lanes na ye was here. But so omu ye wi a be 10 lanes. You know, not just from one side to the other. 5 ba. Na ebenya be 4 interchanges along the stretch. So yeah, sanity here.
Interesting. Company ben no more a partner in your more airship project yes September.
Company ne dey mean to me fan to or now because you be shortcutting. Shortcutting.
But that doesn't prevent you from telling us what company
of
that
course,
government has signed
an
MOU or an agreement with.
Me need to me say me bo company ne din sisi a o man panyin be ko akotwa ahoma ama o ma hyase so kwa details be a woman no regarding the cost, because some time ago na they issues of course by mo
Yeah.
say obekotwa a year information be a mohia no ye de betwo toja no bia
Mama, a bit of education. This Tema Motorway expansion project, is it part of the phase 2 project now? No. Is it part of it?
no Tema Motorway. Okay, Accra Tema Motorway project no is a distinct project.
It's a distinct project.
Yes, but what Accra Tema Motorway runabout phase 1. And no ye nuan Japan and a boy ye phase 1. Now no ye san call ye sign agreement for phase 2. So no be the third tier of the interchange I be no Tema Motorway runabout. But we know a different project altogether. So within the Accra Tema Motorway project.
Interesting. Now, issues about buildings are a war, the stretch. We all know that there's been lots and lots of encroachment on the buffer area, a war Accra Tema Motorway. With your feasibility studies you would have done prior to the announcement, say September, best starting now. What happens to people who have encroached?
All right. So the TNA, obeying all the time, a bit demarcated roads. A war a crubia so. Say, I had ye the yakwain, more be incident or but to be honona obia koye store kitu ebi a table store. Now I done no container. I feel be honona wasi block. So a basa na say be yakwanya a hard drink akra. First of all, a bema project starting time no a delay because though omo assisi fee and answer structures no they were wrong in the first place. But you and for omo penese obekwa ko bubu omo dancer without giving them time to relocate and even giving them compensation. So yeah kasai ya ye ne nyina ya ye preparations ne nyina ya ho nipa dodo a was a ye more compensation and structures na was a ye yi free no ya ye bibie awie say yes be start here and check and once we hit the ground running.
So in terms of compensation as a ministry, how much do you envisage you're going to pay for compensation?
I cannot be sure about the figure. So said they make project information no say unya abutre so mempanyin kwatwa homa no mu a ye de bibia betudwa na obia ho beyond the structures na wo ho no ye wo utilities bia e wa ase they say telecommunications na nsuo ene de ekeka with electricity na nyina e wo say yentua compensation na yentimi yi yemfiri bebie wo no na yen create space na yenye project sa na ye project bia ye no yemfa say any projects ni na but dodo na ye no major projects no you factor compensations into the contracts.
My timelines per the Accra Tema Motorway project. Now, if we start this September, when are we finishing the project?
All right, the TNA said they make a bay 10 lane. Each side no benya 5 lanes. But 5 lanes no 2 bay concrete. Na afi the akano aye the usual asphalt yenim enti no ye gidi say phase 1 of that road project Accra Tema Motorway project no within 24 months such as within 2 years no on be expressway na tum expressways no so be concrete 2 lanes on each side of the road and to no so omo ye wi a na omo bie tum a na kire say on betimi aye dey outer 3 lanes na e dan chen no so sanet here phase 1 no dey and our first phase no dey concrete side no dey 24 months na no omo awie
24 months.
so na kire say September 2020 so almost started 2024 na yeah the first phase no abawie na ya tackle second phase no so.
Now, Yentwaso na Yembisa, because the interest of the people is also paramount. In all this, what arrangements have been made for residents who live at the Tema side of town and then those who live at the Accra side of town in terms of commuting between the Accra Tema motorway road? No.
All right. So to be some year the mechanic ye wo ye guso ye La Beach Road phase 1 and 2. And no started from the Independence Square to Tema.
Okay.
Ye interchange kra wo nungwa. Mu etisa area no be culture say ye guso den. See most part of that road no ya bia ma traffic use so say kobate say ye started Tema Accra Tema motorway na ebema traffic no shift akọ beach roads no so.
Okay.
And beyond that, you be create, you be manage traffic on the same road, Accra Tema motorway, no. Time be a year construction work, no. You manage traffic. You bet me a diversion be na cars no fast because this is one of the busiest routes in Ghana. Met me a the busiest, even more than Accra Kumasi Road. And you know, your engineers, I should be say drew or how bebadie benye kasiesa.
Now, other major PPP projects it was captured in the budget. Accra Cape Coastal Credit PPP project, 208 kilometers. Feasibility study is being finalized. The final feasibility study report will provide key inputs into the Abidjan-Lagos corridor. Where are we with this project?
Yeah, said they make and ye contractors no go so. Omo ye designs no. Yes, after the passage of the PPP bill no. Juma aye redia. Yaba be no na ye Accra Tema motorway no. Beyond that, all other projects no ye go so. Aye ni contractors no kasa. Because I was part of a presentation recently. Omo de designs no be engineers. So Mijiri says approval bar and check action on that road. Yeah.
Now, again, in the budget, the minister says that there was going to be the installation of traffic signals. There was supposed to be 20, there was supposed to be 310, there was supposed to be 50. At hazard sites also expected to be treated at different locations and at different junctions, and 5 kilometers of walkways are to be constructed. Overloading is also expected to be kept below 2%. Where are we with this? How many of these traffic signals have been installed as we speak now?
Dear, hina walk on once the whole.
It says here that page 170, item number 879. It says, Mr. Speaker, for road safety and environmental activities, the ministry in 2022 will install 20 traffic signals and maintain 310 of installed signals. 50 road safety hazard sites are also expected to be treated. And 20 locations are to have junction improvement, and 5 kilometers of walkways are to be constructed. This is what. So how many of these 20 traffic signals have been done?
More statistics be a number because I don't have it here now. But the minimum say you go so a junction improvement ne traffic installations. Traffic lights, the BI say. Because you see a traffic lights na ye wonom do na use technology bia microphone so awia obetimi I install the traffic light ene e china na obi akwawia engine na ewo mu no na odeko e basa na e ha adwen okay the mesre ne say obi ambie nani na se obi ba so obayi bibi afri ye traffic system no more traffic light system no more no more be so more questions e bi wo ho mutimi hye vest Ghana Highways vest say the omoye Ghana Highways adwumayefo na afi omo akofro na omo ye bibi say wan bisa na omo de ko and it happens every time. So yeah, go so yeah. Despite the fact we are the traffic indicators. And I feel so said you can junction improvement in it. More mote bang hatcho area no. Yeah, go so yeah improvements be was so. Yeah, so that is it.
Now, let's come back to a very thorny one, but some may consider as trivial, which has to do with toll booths. With the benefit of hindsight and the economic situation we are in, would you say, I wouldn't say your minister, I would say the ministry, your decision to close these toll booths down, with the benefit of hindsight, would you say it was the right decision you took?
Of course, me in Kasa ministry, I am buying on a year. The ministry is part of the government. It was a decision of the government at the time, say, toll booths, no, yenyi emphasis in chain. Why so? Because we share toll booths, no, na first of all, a congestion, baby ana esisi no. Se mobe kaya kubiase ewo kumase kwenso. We had to close it down because of so much traffic on that road. Now, it may take very 30 minutes. You queue for 30 minutes to go and pay 50 pesos. It was unproductive and a close way. No. But now, Ben here and say, why not spread it across the country? And now, Oma no more and say, Oma took quite far Kaswa side. No. It was hell. Because ube kwa DQ musa be 1 hour and sana what me appear free traffic no more. And I feel so now a pollution no car exhaust fumes no cars no kwa didi susana na cha say na polluted environment no. I feel so tabi enuanom bi na omo edidwa ana omo ton ade around and omo use plastics. And a polluted ensure na just by it. A phrase is on the grass Wager Dam. Ghana Accra food do announce you one every. And I buy a say yen for the time being because we expected say we know say now at the income be by 70 million thereabout per year. Now yes cardiac because at me yeah quite. But then, now the inconveniences now, pollution, and Ben here and say, young for but me cannot car say a veggie tool. But tools now, your car say a veggie motorway no. And no, you can offer crack, I say, ye only PPP routes so, and a veggie sa tools so, and ya can be also. A ben, and Sisana Jane. Say a veggie tools or can be also a PPP project. Say ne say Accra Takradi Equeno Ebasua na say a PPP a veggie tools also. But then maybe a GG tools will be a 38 tool stations. See a NG tools or and a G tools also bridges. So to say a dummy bridge in the account to see a NG tools or Ghana baby.
It's interesting because we open here, even in advanced countries where technology abounds, where they use automated systems, you find traffic at places where there are toll booths. And so the argument of the reason being traffic at toll booths, would it suffice for the closure of these toll booths? You see the traffic at toll booths across the world.
But my main kabibi say a choir matu nina amaya ma call nina almost traffic no and to say dear.
Oh, senior.
Maybe. Yes, and to say dear ube you get stuck for a very long time. Minyan shall be baby say wouldn't baby or bet me a catcher, but I have never encountered that. And even now, I might be brain no omunko Q and G paper bia. Omu use electronic way of paying tolls. Ebi wo hwa omu car no fast here na omu atua remotely. Ebi nso wo hwa ye card na odi akire na afa na wo unhun kra say bia wotua to wa na wokọ but ye die no de na ye paper system so obekọ akotwen na watwa ticket na ode e bia 200 cedis note afi na omo hwehwe change and no na delay yen. Okay,
It's interesting that you have heard, you're a member of parliament, that the Speaker of Parliament called your actions as illegal because you came to Parliament for Parliament to agree on fees and charges that are supposed to be collected at these toll booths, and yet, on your own, you took a decision to stop this. In future, Abayi Banas Okaso will prosecute you for financial loss to the state. Would it be fair?
all right, my main said the speaker kai no na adwen no kai
Not doing no kind.
onye judge nipa obetumi aka no a obi abeji atum no na ye judge of a competent court. And yes, Mr. Speaker.
But what's the provision of
Meba, the TNA Parliament approve fees and charges. Now, in the course of
and
implement
the collection of these monies?
yes, I know American. Yes. Now based on that, now yeah, jina so na yeah GG tools. Now, mobe kaya yawura kanofuriata announce said budget no yeah approve year. Afi yebesizi the collection of tools. Even at that point, grand na ntakwa sisi or baby. Okay, so be blaming ya. It will be just the period when the budget was laid in Parliament and the period when it was passed. But in the budget, now we must say NGPU, and nobody can take us on for that. Who the kokota any because ye fa kwampaso.
Kwampane is saying.
Kwampana say.
But the budget had not been approved at the time.
No, I know that now human lives matter more than anything. Na say who implement law. Na say law no ebema obi ahwe ne nkwa. It's right say we suspended the implementation of the law. But law no dey eda wo ho.
Okay, human lives at risk. How do you mean?
There were fisticuffs at some of the tolling stations. Yes, Kaswa was one of them, and another one somewhere. 2 instances. And eba sana yewura amakwata MP for 2 hours, and I'm a boss.
What
car said we should call them out of their stations immediately.
What triggered that? You would definitely
Because the TNS
what triggered it?
Yewura Kenofurata, Honorable Kenofurata car say ye pass budget na ye best seize the collection of tolls. Now be mufi say at that moment no asize. And to be difficult for our people to stop motorists. Omo motik trotro and calculator mo so ye nyan seize ye enti muntu ane ebia ye pass wi ana ya jai. They couldn't stop them that day. So we decided that why do we have to maim our people or even get them killed?
So the ministry means they could not have spoken to the Ghana Police Service to restore order at these tolling stations or tolling
that's a
booths?
possibility. We could have done that.
Yes, you could have done that, but you didn't do that.
Yeah, we didn't
You rather
do that.
chose to flout the law.
No, not really.
Before
we
doing that.
just decided.
That aside, I remember when the minister made that comment. We sought for videos of where in Kaswa these riots would have happened. And we saw none.
Unfortunately, no, media people, mwanko try video. We don't have videos installed at our toll stations. If we are going forward, say abembia beba beye sadie na, it would be nice CCTV cameras.
I want to put it to you is at the time when that happened, we sent our correspondents to Kaswa, the toll booth there, to inquire about whether there was any discrepancy whatsoever. They said no, nothing of the sort had happened.
Well,
and you agree with me.
I also put it to you that they may not have spoken to the right people because these are events that happened and went. Okay. My main kase, they are people who were walking around the area, and left to them, they would want it to continue. So
it's intriguing, Honorable, that in this day and age where everybody films any and everything that happens anywhere, We, the media, did not see any footage whatsoever representing these riots and violence that triggered this your decision to shut down the toll booths. But fair enough. I believe that if you look at the time, it's 8:30. And so I would want for us to take a break. And then, when we come back, we may allow our viewers and our listeners the opportunity. There are other questions that I would want to ask you as well, all to do with the road sector. Na yeba na yedi eho enkomo. Nti omanfo ene yentrase na yendi enkomo anapay. Welcome back to the show. I know there are a lot more areas I want us to cover and pay so much that's captured within the budget. But I also have a right to be selfish this morning on the show. Because Martina Hanuma catch Ghana for say me demonstration. Demonstration anything. Me so meti area meti no English amount from constituency. Yakwan. And yeah, your votes in any that's woman. Honorable English amount from constituency. Yakwan no. And yeah. Martina Hanuma when you say MP on your agent of development, I know, but they can lobby, especially if your MP is a powerful one. In my case, the roads in my area are terrible. What's the state of affairs in terms of the ministry's focus on my constituency?
All right. Na me ansa na me yi ano no. O me nka asem bi se ya ben na yi kwan. Na enye MPs na yi kwan. MPs no ye wa adwuma MPs timi ye. Na o hwe MP a the primary role is obeko Parliament na akwashemra.
True.
Na we play oversight responsibilities over the executive. Na yesama osika kakra common fund say fahwe we constituency. Besa aska no enye ahimbia a obeye betimi dia yi aye patch mpo. Enti no MPs lobby for kwan. Na mamen ka say eya ben na ye kwan.
Okay.
Ministry of Roads and Highways our program aye diso says you kwan we are na ya yiwe. Enu kre say okrom kwan constituency kwan English amount from ekwan ye ekwan ya sabi what challenges because we share the nature of most soil na erosion etimi take place in temtem. Na no mene miwra kwesi amakwata oye MP for 2 hours ene me boss no ekọ say de ni ekohwe constituency kwan no na ye call ye na ampa miwra kwesi amakwata ehu challenges amwom na the good news ni say ewa o programme kwan bi say obeye e de achem na say de onim no the national kitty no and also anka every be person obeye kwan ni nyina de amamo because sabi mu ya Ghana for na so cake no national cake no and shedan no so me no ka say enche obehu adwuma be koso wo constituency na me ka we na ma chia OMP honorable Slight Tete oya brantie bi obo ne ho body pa wa parliament na da bia ohumia o kan ekrom kwan saa na o ka kire me boss nso enu ntitru nti na me boss ye ne se on ne directors no e de omoni be kwa akohwe kwan no se de atie e call ye no so na ye no kre na enye so me gide say honorable Slight Tete ne constituents better asem de enche because road construction no this one koye survey we eye estimates no we ansa na designs no ma ye ansa no mo ahase so me sure say in the coming days and weeks no mo be ye na ma men ka asem bi say o ka say obeye demonstration and ka 2 years ha demonstration na me nyi ni say ye wura amakwa tanka obeti obium because have been demonstrations entimi yi akwan na and I want to mean force Minister of Roads and Highways say brana be ye kwan ma yen because me a meti ha no me ye adwuma o Minister of Roads and Highways me do come a constituency na wo hwehwe me roads a obeso ama me but enam say me wo ministry no mo a me name your programs and the processes no mato me bo say drew me so a on be ba be ya ama me so saa na me catch me constant prove west for nyina say motie me a me chia mo metimi so ana ma sorry omo wa abutre they are waiting say ye drew ye so a on be ya ama ye enti no amount of demonstrations can cause Honorable Kwesi Amoakwata to come to a place and fix their roads. It's better so be lobby. Obetimia yusu 1p. Obetimia yusu ahimfo. Obetimia wankasa as an individual. Obetimia ba se opeso hu ewura Kwesi Amoakwata. Ebe bie kwan ama ukwa na waso a chere so. Ukrom kwan wontimi en faso ebia sei. Ono ye wo ye nipa. Obetie wo sofre. Na se ukọ se wo shi ties. Oye oyichire oboko jan a emwa said the introduction o kai no unfortunately bi mo feel say omo ye demonstration na ye kwan ubo ewura majority leader being say omo ye oyichire bi and but then it was just unfortunate na ya programming bibia da say ye be ye na contractor was so so for them to have done what they did was just unfortunate. And it even borders on criminality. So maybe you will manhandle your member of parliament and for that matter any Ghanaian. Hune mrabedi. So mesre Ghana for nyina na masre wonso se nyabutre. Se de ya ba wo kroma ye ba ba yi okwan. Me bon pa say e kwan a ya choose say ye be ye wo English amanfo no. Ebefa ofi enim se emfa nyabotre ye obi side yia odie so
the interesting bit about the reason why I'm even concerned about my area, it's not really because of the potholes I walk Akwane so, but it's because it's a major bypass. Government at the time to ease the traffic at the Kaswa toll booths. And so if you reach the old barrier and you make that maneuver, you have access to bypass all that traffic for those who are going to Cape Coast to go on their journey without meeting that Kaswa traffic. And if you get to a place, there's a place called Aplaku there. When you came, you'd have seen that the road is being divided.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's being cut into two. So that is where the concern is. As a concerned citizen of my constituency, say, if this road gets cut into two, and you may never affect me per se, but the pressure that's going to mount on the main Kaswa trunk road, and a government would have to deal with. After all, one of the major reasons you gave us for the removal of the toll booths was the fact that you feel say climate change you won't sense them no. Fumes are a free cast in the park here. It was a concern to you. Those are the two reasons you gave us. And so it comes to me as a surprise say a kwani mu chemi na yewo MC ewo honoma. He has a responsibility to ensure say these things are reported to you at the ministry for you to just come and have a look at them, to fix them, even if it's a temporary measure. And yet we don't see anything. So it's not really because of potholes per se, but ekwano emu chemi. And they will do that particular spot now. Cars are here, I will see you beyond my 100 Ecuador Tower got them. Either you park and wait for the oncoming car to come, or you all try to, excuse my language, foolishly maneuver, and then one of you will be in trouble. So that's the extent of the degree of the concern we have at English. That's for the old barrier stretch now. Make a wasem no. And I'm hoping say asma wokano no.
Okay, timelines in the mean to me Moses here. But me P free studio. Me ne engineers no be kasa. Na man share stage a mo adru. Na baby a wo kan ye say ekwan no ya atwa no. Na no ye kɔ hɔ. E ma ya ka chom say omomfa bibi nsi hɔ. Because e kɔ ye no na it was very bad. and I'm a boss, Honorable Amakwata Kase. Omunfa bibi warning sign bi nsisi ona motorist no hu say danger wo ho. Enya sa na obia kopra. Na
Yenye
omunye
there is nothing like that there.
wow. Waka mate. We do a follow up. And I said your kind so bypass no very critical. A woman say kwan no to see residents are doors wo ho ama traffic abesa kwan no so mpo. But yet me ya ebeboa Kaswa main road no. Enti na me gidi say ye one of the roads me boss appointee ye say omunhwe na omun package no approval na yenye. So one of the roads enche yebenya contractors amom abaso.
O constituency show on pay. Mavo Thomas on pay. I say good morning, host. Extend my greetings to Honorable Stephen Jalulah, the man for Pruest, or show on pay live on Facebook. This one from Arabna. Sammy, I love the questions you're asking the deputy minister. As much as he is my MP, I think that the questions are good for him. He must answer all of them. We need specifics, not the general comments he's making. We say, Enso Efri Kwabena Agbanyoho, or say, I'm enjoying the conversation, Sammy. The minister is giving us information that we need, but a year of rules thing there, they must be realistic about it. It's virtually impossible this year. If we highly Selassie on patriotic voices go, so also what Ghanaians can use to remember JDM and NDC party are Dumso Unemployment and Graduates Association. Also Odia and pay Ode Abreme and DJ Omale Wayosi go so also President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo has achieved a lot when it comes to development. They have done so well for Mother Ghana. Greetings to Honorable Kennedy Japan and Awoka. From United States of Kisseman, Emmanuel Emawile. Also tell Honorable to be real with himself. Year of roots, we are seeing nothing. Other comments and so Abathura. But my media phone lines into now. Adophobia, woman, so ABA, they may have concerns as I have expressed mine. Woman, so emphat, woman, Edia, and from Brian, pay Oj Mediano as well. Over to me, as and also Odia Edia Bremen. Offer 0555 657 278 0555 657 278. Many budget, many ebeso set me no bidding come on 0555 657 278 and 0244 885140. Any of these numbers, no. Offer me a menu bedi and come out so and pay. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Brasami.
Yes, sir.
Wapo mwe.
Me had me on campaign as well.
Simon, ye wisdom clothing from Kataman, so original tell about
you, Yanko.
Got to Brasa.
You.
Papa no yada na say, ni o kan nyina concern about a road no. Ni de o kan ba ka say omo di nyama betutu akwan mo be. But asemba kwa o kan ya me ni na nya adwin sebi wan ka say yi so obeka say ni a speaker kan no na adwin na o ni tumi a o de beka say asem no Ghana my dear minim say ye na dwuma na o de a hye obi nsa na nipa no sorry e prekopo say ye tutu company no mu aka obesa ke nipa ntimi say o de on samra back idasi
I don't know pay so from me say on so ode abrem and pay. You were just 5 more minutes. You have 2 more calls now. After no, you round the up in conversation 0244 885140 and 0555 657 278. Any command pay or questions be able to be sir. I'll be happy to speak to you. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Meda Honorable Jalulah say me free no constituency. Me asema o kan de me nice about yes that say also pre na from Lucie the man kwenta de ko about the kwan ye kwan de oya ade de wa yesu pranta de through the man kwenta ba from the man kwenta e de ko about Hey, a honor no dear. You see, the about the no say 1 pre na one boy na ye kakra bi efiri honom no ye ni eda no so pa
You me do say anapai abase fosu omo se kwan de why bi mom na mom sa stretch ne kon dia ano hye papa yemfa final call na enj wrap up comments. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Shanu.
Yes sir.
What the deputy minister is saying about the closure of the tool, if the time comes, if we change government, if he can speak like how he is speaking to you, that causing financial loss without approval of parliament, if when we reach the bridge, we will cross it.
All right.
I need the afternoon host number.
Okay. Okay. I'll thank you for joining me. But our dictates as colleagues and in the profession, we don't give our colleagues' numbers out like that. And so you'd have to pardon me. Ebi a only share or one thing as a budding common as ebia opposite the mawa obetin the but it's impossible for me to give my colleagues' number out like that. Honorable, you didn't come to train eba area no. Ghana for 80 or final words ever saying.
Yo, Maminda, with TF say, teacher Omo Munya Emre as free into the program. Now, Minna Thomas I say. Thomas here, Madame Fopa, my friend or my papa.
Okay.
No, he's a young man. It's then I think so. Obika say me comments on the speaker's opinion. No, me that is how it is. Opinions are like noses. Obia wanedia. Now speaker the no kind. And I think so. They all kind of far. The man contact to about say to Kintampono. That kind a major link road. I connected the eastern side of Puno East to the capital, Techimai. Na yewura Amakwata Emre Pamono obehwe na waya amayen. Na toll booth issue no. Causing financial loss they say. Na eno na court wo ho. So obi ni ye nya adwen, let me try court na hwe. You don't even wait for the person to be out of the system before you do. You can do it now. That be a sabi nipa they are buying court just to test the laws. So be a ne aben no nya adwen say ya you toll booths no everywhere. The courts are there. Say obi kai obi atimi court. So let them try. Go to court. Let them try. Let's see how it goes. Now fe na mada I don't know whether I can wrap up now.
Yes, you can.
All right. So now mada viewers na otiefo nyina say through prowess for my de kan adam say aman hina omo wo kwa ba asem hin prime hine Halifa panyimfo na mo bom pa ma me muta meche na bia no nyame nhira mo na monya abutremfa ma yewura omampanyin na na ado ene yewura amakwata se mrepamo no de eyam de no nsameka. And I say this to all Ghanaians. Baby I me free no me kwanye. Baby I brona me ti won kran no me kwanye. But enye obia na ye ba ye no ya famodie. And what we have done is unprecedented. And ye Canada bia so bia fi say de ye ka ye no say nya omumra na ommeka na afi na masan chia ye wura omampanyi be de akire His Excellency Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia metu so anamasore me nua panyin prekope a obo adwumade aboa the development of Ghana. So Ghana for said ye kan ye carry of roads ye kan sika dodo a ye de awremu ye were deficit in the road sector, but omampanyin ayade and I say so be ya na ose ayeyi Ghana for munye gidie wo ye mo wo mu se ewiase nyina economies na say eti say covid-19 e ba ye no amba mma Ghana for nyina even ashase no kra covid-19 ashase o kan na e be oboa omoboa nya covid-19 oboa, but at the end of the day affecting e kro nyina e wo wiase sa na economy no nso a asay no enye Ghana nko the whole world, even UK, almighty Uncle Sam, US, bebia economies not affected. Mrepamo no yewura ɔmanpanyin akasa sɛ aka pan sɛ onim sɛ deɛ sɛ obi wo obetimi anya ne nipa no afiri nkɔm deɛ but sɛ economy ne deɛ ewu mpo a ɔno betimi anya ne economy no saa nti na yɛ wo gidie wɔ ɔmanpanyin mu ɛne ne aban mu sɛ Ghana economy na anya challenges no by the close of the tenure as president of the Republic of Ghana no obetimi anya ne economy na ama economy na abe gina ne nan so medam ase anopai
Honorable Jalulah Bedo Asana Payne say Ojembe na onye bedi enkomo el happy morning show. So, yeah, the best hanum say